What's going on, Hater University? My people. Come on, man. What's going on with the game? Talk to me. You know what time it is, man.
Relax and sit back. We back like cook crack. It's the LJ Show. Get up. It's the LJ Show. It's yo. We gonna be moving, vibing, sliding. Gonna be hating, debating. Ain't no faking. This is late night greatness. We gonna be moving, vibing, sliding. Gonna be hating, debating. Ain't no faking. This is late night greatness.
Welcome back to Hater News Network and the Lawrence Johnson Show. What's up, people? What's going on, man? 15 minutes to go, and obviously, as most of us have already found out, Donald Trump did his usual bid of the 2-week push. Conversations are going great. Everything is good. Nothing's bad. Oh my God. What should we do? I'm going to give him 2 weeks. It's like, oh my God. What a motherfucking surprise. Isaiah Simmons, my boy. Welcome to Hater University, man. I appreciate you joining the game. What's up with everybody in here, man? What's going on? Big Hater vibes. W. Lawrence in the chat. We got the Hater University members in here early. Liberty and justice for all. Harold, what's going on? Frida, Vito, what's happening? Hey, Mr. Wallahi, you did call Trump's bluff. A whole lot of people called this man bluff. Trump Tuesday is fucking back. This guy, man, every single fucking time. Just another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks. And it's like, bro. Bleep, block, rocket steady, my boy. I appreciate the super chat real early in this joint. Come on, man. What's going on, y'all? Talk to me. Rolling up. Thank goodness for it. Nah, honestly, thank goodness. Because if it would have hit 8 p.m. and he would have started bombing shit, that would have been bad. But at the same time, y'all, I'm not sure this shit is over. Because as we know, he will backdoor a lot of shit. And we know AI dead boy BB the Bomber, he's not going to be cool with a 2-week ceasefire. That's too long. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. We got Ireland in the building. Lynn, I appreciate you pulling up. Fluffy Head, another Hater University member in this bitch. Zach Franklin, another Hater University guy in here. Man, I appreciate that. The mothering, what's good, man? This homie said he's finna destroy the whole civilization. And then within just a couple hours, all of a sudden, this shit is cooked. Now, let's look at the statements. Right? Hold on. Let me make this a little bit smaller so you guys can also see. Amanda, I appreciate the super gift. Try again, not for real. They call it his bluff. And so this is his first official statement after everything that has happened. Based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that a hold off on the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives. Of course, he's got to claim victory in some sort of way. And very far along with definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. Cap. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Insane fucking statement. Workable basis on which to negotiate. That's the statement we're going to focus on most here. Because that's basically him saying, okay, they cornered me into another fucking corner. Once again, I'm a little fucking rat. And now I have to accept this, or else I would have had to bomb a bunch of civilian people and go down as a genocidal president. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. Again, right there is the fact that we've seen a ceasefire in Gaza and Palestine, and what the fuck happened? They started bombing them immediately, and are still bombing them to this day because they hope that people just forget. On behalf of the United States of America as president and also representing the countries of the Middle East, all of a sudden he's representing them, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to resolution. Thank you for this attention to this matter. And it's like, Jesus, what? Motherfucker, like, god damn. So Pakistan is negotiating. So yes, right now we are going in between Pakistan. The Pakistan prime minister is the middleman to all these negotiations, probably. You just called my Facebook and immediately got off and knew you're online. Hey, you smart. You are smart. 250, go like the video. Yeah, we had 299. We about to break into 300. I haven't even let nobody know. All I did was on YouTube / in my other video. Maybe I should put it into the Hater University message. But this is a very, very interesting message where in reality, right, if we're actually agreeing to the 10-point proposal from Iran, you can call it what you want, but basically they won. Where they didn't surrender, they didn't back up, they're like, no, this is what we want, this is what we're going to do, and then that is over. Who tweeted from it saying 4/8/2026, 12:32 a.m.? Hey, that is 1,000% a fact, which means that somebody is definitely, I don't know. My guess would be like a Mike Huckabee or somebody from the center. I don't know. A last-minute intervention by China helped lead to Iran accepting Pakistan's 2-week ceasefire proposal. 3 Iranian officials tell the New York Times. They did say there was the doomsday plane, but hey, this is going to be... Damn, they don't have a time on this one. That could be very... We'll see. I don't know. Thing is, there's a ceasefire between us, not between them and Israel. So they can keep bombing them niggas.
אין יירוט.
לא, אין יירוט.
אין יירוט.
כבר אני לא רואה.
פה. אין יירוט.
Just minutes before the ceasefire has been reached, Qatar announced the immediate closure of all schools in the country for a week. So, man. So, Iran's foreign minister comes out and says that they can pass through the strait for the next 2 weeks. So, aka, the market is not going to go into complete shit. 2 motherfucking weeks. Lord, Chrissy, what's going on? Y in the building. Jance in the building. Need merch, my boy. It's coming soon, my brother. I got y'all. It's coming soon. 100%. But he's back to the 2-week bullshit again, bro. Where, again, he just throws this threat of 2 weeks and then they call his shit. And all of a sudden, now we're folding. So earlier today, we struck some military targets. White House doesn't immediately clarify what Trump by... Exactly. Remember how I said by workable? So the White House on Tuesday night did not answer messages on why the president described Iran's 10-point plan as workable. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Those were the very key words of that entire tweet. Because it's like, oh, hold on, son. Like, wait, workable basis on which to negotiate is like, huh? Nigga, what the fuck does that mean? Shocked that Iran agreed for real? But it would make sense. If they agreed, it would make complete sense for them to agree because look at this 10-point plan that they have. Because we went over that one yesterday. So this is what they put out as their 10-point plan in response to the U.S.'s first 15-point plan. Guarantee that Iran will not be attacked again. Permanent end to the war, not just a ceasefire. End to Israeli strikes in Lebanon. Lifting of all U.S. sanctions on Iran. End to all regional fighting against Iranian allies. Iran would open the strait. Iran would impose a Hormuz fee of $2 million per ship. Iran would split fees with Oman. Iran to provide rules for safe passage through Hormuz. And Iran to use Hormuz fees for reconstruction instead of reparations. Where this would be a no-brainer, right? Where if I'm on the Iranian side, I'm like, fuck yeah. Obviously, Israel, this will piss them the fuck off. If we're the U.S., I mean, I don't know how much we were having to pay per ship before, but I'm not against this. As a U.S. citizen, this right here means nothing to me. Let's never attack them again. Permanent end to a war is cool with me. Israel should immediately stop striking Lebanon. We shouldn't have sanctions on Iran. I would like to end all regional fighting. The Strait should open back up so we're not cooked because I just paid $110 to fill up my fucking tank of gas today. Split fees with Oman. Like, that's cool. Wow, appreciate the super chat, my boy. Rat boy Trump going to use this as an opportunity to distance himself from Big Yahoo. And yeah. I mean, that's what's going to be interesting is to see what happens. Okay, so it's like, first off, these sick bastards were like counting down the minutes, as you can see.
סופר, לאחור.
That's Channel 13 News. Yeah. 8 hours. They were counting down, hoping that we were going to absolutely destroy the civilization of Iran. If you're wondering what type of people that we are dealing with. Really, Jay, appreciate the super chat, my boy. All you missed is that Trump has gave them another 2 weeks and that we possibly have accepted a 10-point peace plan, meaning that, I mean, you can call it what you want, but basically means that Iran won. People don't like to say that, but yeah, that's exactly what that means. Now the question is, how long does it last for? And then once it hits 8 o'clock, market closes, what will the next 30 minutes like? Because then that's when shit gets real and shit can hit the fan. Nah, remember 27, I'm going to embezzle a shot of that money. Facts. Will USA agree to having Israel pull out from Lebanon? I don't think Bibi... That's his thing. Is so we may agree to this because obviously Trump loves his optics, but it's all about, okay, what is Israel going to do? And how are they going to respond to us reaching this agreement? And are we just going to now secretly kind of try to help them out for the next 2 weeks? Or what's good? Because, I mean, it's still a couple minutes to 8. So once it gets past 8, we'll wait another 30 minutes and see what the fuck happens. And if shit doesn't immediately start hitting the fan, that's a good sign that maybe we actually will, have a 2-week ceasefire here. So the Israelis hard pitched the Iran war to Trump in February, and this meeting ultimately led to Trump's final decision. Of course, we all knew that. They dragged us into the fucking war. How Trump took U.S. to war with Iran. Like an idiot. See, this is all very weird to me. Because, listen to this. Because basically he let Benjamin Netanyahu sit as like the head of the table as a visiting person. The black SUV carrying Prime Minister Netanyahu arrived at the White House just before 11 a.m. On February 11th, the Israeli leader, who had been pressing for months for the United States to agree to a major assault on Iran, was whisked away inside with a little ceremony, out of view of reporters, primed for one of the most high-stakes moments in his long career. Then Mr. Netanyahu headed downstairs for the main event, a highly classified presentation on Iran for President Trump and his team in the White House Situation Room, which was rarely used for in-person meetings with foreign leaders. Die Money, I appreciate the super chat. Sounds fishy to me, do not trust none of them. Not at all. I'm giving this, we at least have to give this the next, obviously 30 minutes, but really like the next 24 to 48 hours because it's all dependent on what Israel is going to do. Trump sat down, but not in his usual position at the head of the room's mahogany conference table. Instead, the president took a seat on one side, facing the large screens mounted along the wall. Mr. Netanyahu sat on the other side, directly opposite the president, basically saying and proving that we are equals. You know what I mean? Because Trump is always a show of force. Strong-ass handshakes, that type of shit. And then all of a sudden, when Netanyahu pulled up, it's none of that. And it's just crazy, because in my YouTube video from months before, I said, when he pulled up, I said, oh, he's trying to get us to come and bomb Iran. And that was in February. And I fucking knew it. This little sly rat bastard that hopefully is dead. MD Louis, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Love on my content. Keep it up and stay safe. I appreciate that, man. Real one, big dog. You already know, man. We're going to keep moving, grooving, vibing, sliding on these dickheads, man. We got to keep applying pressure. Understand me? The gathering had been kept deliberately small to guard against leaks. You know what I'm saying? He likes to go and give in-person information to say, this is what we're doing next, and this is how we're going to attack. Would make over the next hour be pivotal in setting the United States and Israel on the path toward a major armed conflict in the middle of one of the world's most volatile regions. And it would lead to a series of discussions inside the White House over the following days and weeks, the details of which have not been previously reported, in which Trump weighed his options and the risks before giving the go-ahead to join Israel in attacking Iran. Shout out from London. Oh my days. My people in the ends, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you pulling up from across the water. You saw my Kanye post? How's that shit doing? Is it doing good? Let's take a look real quick, people. All right, you know, that's going to piss some people off with the Kanye shit. But I don't care, because Kanye is goated. Separate the artists from the art. Niggas is tweaking. Trying to cancel that, man. Oh, yeah, that bitch doing numbers. Good shit, people. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. This has been up, let's see what it is. Only been up like 30 minutes, man. 30,000 views. Good shit. I appreciate y'all support, man. Because then I make the video real quick and then boop, immediately hop on here. So, this kind of how Trump took the United States into war is drawn from reporting of the forthcoming book, Regime Change. Oh, shit. They have a book already being talked about? Netanyahu for many months. And I've been telling y'all, Netanyahu is a piece of shit that he just fries like a little rat in a weasel. Every couple days, we need to bomb Iran. We need to bomb Iran. And it's like, God damn, son. Like, yo, why don't you go bomb them niggas? Delivered his presentation in a confident and monotone that seemed to land well with the most important person in the room, the president. Sound good to me, Mr. Trump told the president. Duh, because he's compromised by the Epstein files. They probably also brought a whole big ass fucking boatload of files. It's like, yeah, nigga, these are all the ones that you are compromised in. You really want to not go to war with these niggas? All in. I appreciate that, man. Super chat won't let you talk about Israel. HP Crowley, that makes sense. As you know, this is owned by Google, so they are also very strict. You gotta figure out ways to go about it, or like, you know what I'm saying? Do something. But you cannot just talk shit about them blatantly, or else they will cook you every single time. Shit's crazy. So this is actually, this is nuts, that it basically just proves, like what we all thought, that Netanyahu literally just came in here and was like, hey bro, go bomb these niggas. And Vance was not rocking with it. The only person that was a skeptic. Huge distraction of resources and massively expensive. Exactly. Wasting our fucking money day by day. Your news channel, that's what I'm talking about, Wolfpack. Appreciate you pulling up, my boy. Because why waste resources when they can blackmail us into it instead? Exactly. This shit is insane. Iran says its 10-point proposal calls for lifting of all sanctions, full compensation, and the release of all frozen Iranian assets. That includes roughly $2 billion held in the U.S. So remember when Trump, exactly, he said it right after. Remember when Trump flipped out over Obama returning $400 million? We're going to see what the fuck goes down. I almost have to make, I'm going to make Instagram posts as soon as I get off of live, because as we find out more information, this is hilarious, because now we just literally folded and gave the 10-point plan up. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards. Praise be out. A whole civilization will die tonight. Now we get another April 7th that actually, you know what? You guys are good. They declare historic victory over unfair U.S. war. Now the question is, what happens between them and Israel? You know what I mean? Audio's off from what? crazy because I don't even haven't listened to the news in about a month. I appreciate that, Chevelle. What's my IG so you can follow me? It's just my name, just Lawrence Johnson. I just think 2 N's are at the end. So let's see what Joe Kent has to say.
2-week ceasefire agreed upon tentatively between us and the Iranians. It's unconfirmed. Great news this evening that there's been a 2-week ceasefire agreed upon tentatively between us and the Iranians. It's unconfirmed yet if the Iranians have accepted this deal as well, but I hope that they have. It's absolutely essential that we ensure that the Israelis do not sabotage this 2-week ceasefire or eventually the lasting peace that we're trying to achieve with the Iranians. We're on the cusp of being able to have the Strait of Hormuz reopened to hopefully start to get the world energy supply and commerce back online. The last thing we need is the Israelis doing what they have done in past negotiations and targeting the negotiators or taking a series of strikes that escalates the conflict. In order to ensure that we can restrain the Israelis, we actually have to start removing features of the military support that we give to them. We have to take away enough from them that they simply cannot go on the offense, that they're using all their military capabilities that we provide for them and that they have organically for the defense of their country and not for offensive operations inside of Iran. It's absolutely critical that we take this step and don't just take Israel's word for it, that they agree to this ceasefire simply because they have a very bad track record of adhering to these deals. We also have to keep in mind that Israel has a different strategic outcome than we do. Us working towards any kind of a deal with the Iranian government works against the Israeli strategic objectives of toppling this government completely and totally. We have to recognize that in order to properly address Israel, because Israel could spoil any peace that President Trump is working to achieve. So we have to keep that in mind. It's very good news we took this ceasefire. We have to understand that there is no military solution to the conflict right now. Basically, every action militarily that we've taken has only strengthened the regime, and it's done a lot to destabilize the entire region and to take away the security and safety of the free commerce of all of the energy and oil and natural gas that flows out of the region through the Strait of Hormuz. So we have to keep our main objective in mind. It's getting that lasting peace, and we will be the more powerful nation for providing that lasting peace and stability.
So, AKA, this motherfucker Joe Kent was right. In my mind, he resigned for a very good fucking reason. All to be proven exactly fucking right. And it's true. There is no military win unless we're going to send troops on the ground, moving, grooving, vibing, sliding, and niggas is going to be dying. And that just does not seem worth it in any type of fight. But like he said, that was a perfect point of Israel can easily spoil this for us. Just because we said, okay, yeah, let's agree to a ceasefire, within 24 hours, they can just start bombing shit like they always do. So what will happen once they start bombing shit? Because it's not if. The niggas are going to start bombing Israel, or Israel's going to start bombing them immediately, you know?
We will not gain a more powerful position by continuing to escalate the conflict or continuing to strike Iran. In order for us to achieve this goal that we have of bringing about a lasting peace, keeping the Strait of Hormuz open, we have to restrain the Israelis. We have to keep that in mind. So I continue to pray for peace, pray for President Trump, pray for him to have clarity, pray for successful peace negotiations, pray for our men and women downrange in harm's way. Thank you. God bless.
I mean, that's all facts. Majestic, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. So we getting drafted or what? Not right now. For now, it's another 2 weeks. So what that means, who knows? But not trying to bring up other shows, but he did a SRS episode and talks about a lot going on. It's worth a watch. Zach, I'm not one of those people that like gatekeep. You can't talk about other people's platforms or shows. Bro, it's all about increasing knowledge for everybody. So feel free, even if that means dropping links to be like, yo, y'all should watch this at some point in time. Big dog, go ahead, do that. Ebony Queen, you ain't missed much other than Trump putting shit 2 weeks back, and now it's all dependent on will Israel follow that, and then what does this letter actually include, and is Iran going to say that that is a win for them? So they said that they've received the full details on the U.S.-Iran 2-week ceasefire announced. So the details include pause, complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait. Trump described this as a double-sided ceasefire. Trump says the U.S. has already met. Okay, so right now we're basically waiting for confirmation from Iran. We need to know that Iran is cool with it. So here is supposedly what Iran has said. We find this shit out in real time, people. That's why we better than Fox News and CNN. Because they don't understand everything breaks on Twitter now. You get it? Sorry, so y'all can see this as well. Okay. On behalf of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I express gratitude and appreciation for my dear brothers, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Sharif, and Field Marshal Munir, for their tireless efforts to end the war in the region. In response to the brotherly requests of Sharif and his tweet, and considering the quest of the U.S. for negotiations based on its 15-point proposal, as well as announcement by the president about acceptance of the general framework of Iran's 10-point proposal as a basis for negotiation, I hereby declare on behalf of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, if attacks against Iran are halted, our powerful armed forces will cease their defensive operations. For a period of 2 weeks, safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz will be possible via coordination with Iran's armed forces and with due consideration of technical limitations. So, this is the key here. If attacks against Iran are halted, so now Trump has to go and call up Israel and say, stop bombing them. We know you aren't going to put troops on the ground. You know you have troops over there in Lebanon. So in my mind, Israel may follow this 2 weeks, keep attacking in Lebanon, or they're going to say, fuck you, and then go bomb the fuck out of them. Now, which one will happen, I don't know. You say that's not a real statement? This is a real statement. Rapid response is what they use to transfer all of his stuff from over on Truth. Now, could they be lying about it, LS Dink? Who knows? But this is his truth statement, and then it gets sent over to Twitter, and Rapid Response uses all this shit. This is a very real statement by Iran. Now, I guess they could be lying, and Iran didn't actually accept that, but if Trump agrees with Iran's 10-point plan, they won 100%. Is there another source? Yeah, there's going to be definitely another source. Oh, I mean, yeah, there was the other statement. I appreciate the super chat. That was longer, but I mean, this is the general framework of, okay, we're going to agree to the ceasefire. You can't hit us anymore. So, we'll see. Here, look, we can look at... So he's talking about this one. That's what I'm saying, where it's like, this is a much longer message, obviously. We can go through all of it, but that was the general consensus of what this is going on. But, I mean, if this is the actual statement, obviously there's probably a whole lot of shit talking here, so let's go through it. Iran achieved... Yeah, okay, exactly. So basically they was talking cash shit and Trump cut all that shit out. Where they're talking about Iran achieved a great victory and forced the criminal America to accept its 10-point plan, in which the United States is committed in principle to guaranteeing non-aggression, continuing Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz, accepting enrichment, lifting all primary and secondary sanctions, terminating all resolutions of the Security Council and Board of Governors, paying Iran compensation, withdrawing American combat forces from the region, and stopping the war on all fronts, including against the heroic Lebanese Islamic resistance. Jeff, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. You know, 2 weeks ain't enough time to fix all the damage done, right? That area's gonna get torched. I completely agree. And this is interesting because if this is LS, I appreciate you, my boys, telling us to look more into the bigger statement, because if this is true, obviously, multiple people have now posted it. There's more than just what's being let on, because the Lebanon shit is also in there. So, together with the brave resistance, Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen, occupied, has dealt blows to enemy in the past 40 days that the historical memory of the world will never forget. Iran and the axes of the resistance as representatives of honor and humanity against the most savage enemies of humanity, Jesus, they talking big shit, have taught them an unforgettable lesson after a historic battle and have crushed their forces' facilities. On the first day of Iran's nation and the noble axis of resistance before it, they thought that Iran's missiles and drone fire would quickly die down, and they did not believe that Iran could give them such a powerful response beyond its borders and across the entire region. The evil global Zionism, facts, had convinced the ignorant American president that this war would finish Iran off and that by eliminating this last bastion of humanity, they could now easily commit any crime against anyone they wanted. They dreamed of dividing dear Iran, plundering its oil and wealth, and ultimately leaving the Iranians in the midst of chaos, instability, and insecurity for many years to come. I mean, yeah, this is much different than what the fuck he tried to just fucking put on there. As during the live stream is diabolical. You gotta subscribe to YouTube Premium. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the only way you can get around that shit. But that's also the way that I can get paid without y'all having to do super chats or joining Hater University. So at the same time, also shout out to YouTube because that's a dub for me. Now, I wish I could pick what commercials it was so we could do like, oh, free Palestine, you should donate to this. But in reality, they probably just run a whole bunch of Zionism in fucking Israel, go fight for your country type of ads during my shit because they want to do the exact opposites. So, do you guys want me to read this entire thing, or do you want me to kind of just like try to skim through it and find the big points? Let me know in the comments, because obviously I can, because I don't know if you guys can read it, but also obviously it's long as fuck, so I don't know if you guys want me to just skim through it and kind of try to find the big shit. They're way more eloquent than anything Trump could have come up with. Facts. Israel ain't going for this shit. That's what I'm saying. They're definitely not going for this shit, Smack. Them niggas, I know they are over there hot right now. Pissed. Okay, say less. Okay, yep, shit. Read it all. It's like a fucking podcast anyways. With this strategy and relying on the unprecedented political and social unity that had been created in the country, Iran and the resistance began one of the heaviest combined battles in the history with America and the Zionist regime. And during this time, they achieved all the goals they had planned for this battle. Iran and the resistance almost completely destroyed the American military machine in the region, dealt crushing and deep blows to the mass infrastructure. Really, JW, appreciate that. Do a poll. I mean, I'm just... As I'm reading it, I'm realizing there's certain stuff I can kind of just like skip through. Where it's like, okay, they're talking shit about how good that they were fucking us up. So the noble nation of Iran should know that thanks to the struggle of its children and their historical presence of the scene, the fortified 40th day, Iran has also rejected. So here we go. This is like the important stuff. Iran has rejected the deadlines presented by the U.S. president several times and continues to emphasize that does not attach any importance to any kind of deadline from the enemy. We now give the great nation of Iran the good news that almost all of the objectives of this war have been achieved, and your brave sons have brought the enemy to a historic impotence and lasting defeat. The historic decision of Iran, which enjoys the unified support of the entire nation, is to continue this battle for as long as necessary until its great achievements and consolidated and new security and political equations are created in the region based on the acceptance of the power and sovereignty of Iran and the resistance. Lisa, I appreciate the super chat. What up? I turned my TV on and was surprised. Yeah, no bombs being sent after yet, as of right now. In this regard, in accordance to the advice of the Supreme Leader and the Ayatollah, the enemy's inability to carry out its threats despite all claims and the official acceptance of all legitimate demands of the Iranian people, it was decided to hold negotiations in Islamabad to finalize the details so that within a maximum of 15 days, with the finalization of the details of Iran's victory on the battlefield, it can also be consolidated in political negotiations. In this regard, Iran, while rejecting all the plans presented by the enemy. So there we go. So they're immediately, that 15-point plan, they're like, yeah, that shit can kick rocks. We're not doing any of that. We will formulate our 10-point plan, and this is going to be good. VJ, I appreciate the super chat. It was fucking good, gang. Taco 47 on deck. Yes, once again, he has been made a fucking fool. So, that's interesting, though. So they reject all plans presented. We formulated a 10-point plan and presented it to the American side through Pakistan, emphasizing fundamental points such as controlled passage through the Strait of Hormuz in coordination with the Iranian armed forces, which would grant Iran a unique economic and geopolitical position. The necessity, that's a fact, though, because basically they're going to make a shit ton of money that they were not making before. The necessity of ending the war against all elements of the Axis in the resistance would mean the historic defeat of the aggression of the child-killing Israeli regime. Child-killing Israeli regime. Facts. Base the light. I appreciate the super chat, my boy. BB the Bomber looking up from hell, pissed as fuck. On God. Now, what else this means is the withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from all bases and deployment points in the region. The establishment of a safe transit protocol in the Strait of Hormuz in the way that guarantees Iran's dominance according to the agreed protocol, full payment of Iran's damages according to estimates. The lifting of all primary and secondary sanctions and resolutions of the Board of Governors and the Security Council. The release of all Iranian assets and properties frozen abroad. So that's a shit ton of money. And finally, the ratification of all these matters in a binding Security Council resolution. It should be noted that the ratification of this resolution will turn all these agreements into binding international law and will create an important diplomatic victory for the Iranian nation. God damn. Some niggas really just like, they stood 10 toes down and now it's like, this is what we want, and if you don't want to do that, what the fuck you gonna do about it? And there's nothing we can fucking do about it, I guess, unless we want to commit a genocide, which will go down as one of the fucking most ridiculous things in history. Free Palestine is right, Knowledge Seeker. I'm right there with you. Now, the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan has informed Iran that the American side, despite all the apparent threats, has accepted these principles as the basis for negotiations and has surrendered to the will of the Iranian people. Accordingly, it was decided at the highest level that Iran will hold negotiations with the American side in Islamabad for 2 weeks and solely on the basis of these principles. It is emphasized that this does not mean an end to the war, and Iran will accept an end to the war only when, in view of Iran's acceptance of the principles envisioned in the 10-point plan. Its details are also finalized in negotiations. So, now this is the final part of the statement. These negotiations will begin in Islamabad on Friday, April 11th. So basically, this weekend. Now, what the fuck's going to happen in between that? Who knows? With complete distrust of the American side, and Iran will allocate 2 weeks for these negotiations. This time can be extended by agreement of the parties. So hopefully we can push into a permanent ceasefire and then end of the war. Oh, BB Dead Boy Bomber, they're getting his AI body double cooked up right now to make a phone call that he is pissed and heated about what the fuck is going down. It is necessity to maintain complete national unity during this period and to continue the victory celebrations with strength. The current negotiations are national negotiations and continuation of the field, and it is necessary for all people, elites, and political groups to trust and support this process, which is under the supervision of the revolutionary leaders and the highest levels of the system. and to strictly avoid any divisive statements. If the surrender of the enemy in the field becomes a decisive political achievement in negotiations, we will celebrate this great historical victory together. Otherwise, we will fight side by side in the field until all the demands of the Iranian nation are achieved. Our hands are on the trigger, and as soon as the slightest mistake by the enemy is made, it will be responded to with full force. Shit. Well, these next 24 to 48 hours are going to be very, very interesting. Man, put W's in the chat to hold on, I don't want to get your name wrong. W's in the chat to LS Dink, man, because he was correct. They now led up with another statement since then, saying the alleged statement put out by CNN World News is a fraud, as CNN well knows. The false statement was linked to a fake news site from Nigeria, and of course immediately picked up by CNN and blared out as a legitimate headline. Well, let's see what statement CNN is talking about. I wonder if CNN is going to have to retract. Where's CNN? But I mean, why would the Rapid 47 post that if that wasn't real? Or are they saying the statement that I just read for fucking 30 minutes is not real? Let's go check CNN and see who's here capping. Nope. Say agree to ceasefire less than 2 hours before his 8 p.m. deadline, whole civilization. What the fuck did CNN put out? These bastards, man. This administration, all these people are so fucking incompetent. It's unbelievable. So here we go. So he's attacking CNN after the network aired the full statement from Iran's national, saying it achieved a great victory and forced the U.S. to accept its 10-point plan. In a furious response, Trump called CNN's reporting a fraud and demanded a retraction, said authorities are looking to determine whether or not a crime was committed. Oh shit, so already there's, what the fuck? Already niggas is lying about who's telling the truth. So what the fuck did CNN put out? Of course, Israeli officials concerned over temporary ceasefire. Yeah, no shit, fuck them. The fuck? And there it is. 8 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. That's 5 a.m. my time. Insane that that's what time they're going to go with the statement. That means there's going to be some shit. Now, you already know Israel is fucking pissed. Let's see how pissed they are.
Well, the Israelis, for what they know so far with the details in this 2-week delay in the war, they're not too happy with the details, but they say it's President Trump's decision to make. The Iranian response was to fire another missile at Israel. It wasn't 5 minutes from the time that Truth Social post went up that our phones lit up with another incoming missile. This missile was...
See, already I think that's a lie, and I feel like that's Israel probably just shooting the missile at themselves and being like, oh, they broke the ceasefire already, we can't trust them, fuck them. It's like, man, fuck y'all niggas.
Intercepted over Jerusalem. The shrapnel came down. We've got no word of any injuries. It should be noted that word had gone out through the IDF that we should anticipate a lot of missile fire tonight, and they have not taken that down yet. So that's a situation right now. Sometimes we see here in the Middle East that they will fire one just to be defiant at the end, but it's also possible that word hadn't gotten out to the rocket crew.
I'll say one thing, bitch, turn left and turn right. Can you do that? Fucking big ass neck, my nigga? God damn, fuck is wrong with buddy? Bro, stiff as a motherfucking log, nigga. LS, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Israel and Trump not going to stop. They're going to stock up. I feel Iran got dirt on that so-called rescue mission, and that's why they backed off so quick. I could be wrong, and I appreciate everything you do. Hey, man, come on, son. I appreciate you too, my brother, because we had to look into more of that statement. But no, I completely agree. I think the rescue mission was definitely, like I said, a mission to try to steal enriched uranium. The shit went bad. Shit hit the fan. We found out very quickly that they had a better defense system, and that if we were going to try to put boots on the ground, shit could go fucking terrible. So, that's all that fucking mattered. All right, though? Come on, son. This nigga neck is strong as shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can smack the shit out that nigga. His face probably not even gonna move. It probably wouldn't even be allowed to. Your face would probably ricochet. Like, oh shit. God damn. Like, nah, son. That should be illegal. Very interested to see. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, yeah. Truth Social, they're bugging the fuck out. They're lying to you, President Trump. They want to get more time to fuck you over. I'm so sorry to say, in my opinion, this isn't over. They will continue to attack and rebuild their militia. And she can't even fucking spell nuclear because she's freaking out so much. Bad decision. They were restocking now. Unconditional surrender only. Period. This guy's an idiot. They won't adhere to the rules. Why? This is the second time we're giving it to them. You will learn eventually. Mistakes, sir. These guys are such dummies. Nah, this shit is cooked, bro. So now it all just comes down to, let's see. No way is another one of these scientists dead. I just don't. 60? 60's not even that old, son. Nigga, look old as fuck. But what's going on, son? Oh, this is how you know they freaking out. IDF hasn't posted. Let's see if they posted from the dead man's account yet. Cause this how you know. Oh yeah, even that guy BB the bomber. That's how. This is what they are pissed that there could possibly be a ceasefire. Oh, so this is okay. All right, now we figured it out. So this is what Trump is pissed about, because Iran is claiming victory, and so as soon as he says they claim victory, he gets mad because he's like, no, we did not lose. I didn't lose. I'm a president. I didn't lose. It's like, bitch, you lost. I don't know what else to tell you, my nigga. You lost. They gave you a 10-point plan after you gave them a 15-point plan. You understand how this went down? You was like, let me just play this shit out for you, right? You came to them and you're like, all right, here we go. Here's your 15-point plan. You're going to have to do this. I'm going to bomb the fuck out of y'all. They took it. They was like, okay. Nigga, you got me fucked up. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? And then they watched you on TV like, he just said, praise be to Allah. And he said they going to bomb the shit out of us. So look at this 15-point plan. And then they were like, okay, let's talk to this orange dickhead. And they were like, here's 10. Fuck 15. Here's 10 things. And we're going to need some bread. Take this for us. Thank you. There you go, Trumpstein. Now, that's what the rules is. That's what's going to go down. And if not, we're going to be moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. Margin of error, you guessed it. Death. Rebel on sight. Why strictly for fucking vibes? Now, how's that 10-point plan sound? And this nigga was like, we couldn't even get the uranium, so that sounds good, but I need to cook up a Twitter statement because I need this to sound good. And then this motherfucker got to his fucking warrior hands, typing shit up. This is a win for us. No, bitch. You just got cooked, my nigga. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They gave you some shit and they say, come here, little buddy. Yeah. You want this shit to stop? You want us to stop bombing you? You want the price of oil to stop raising up? You want to go to sleep again at night, dickhead? Okay, then. Listen up, pussy. This is the rules. And we listened. So he mad at CNN. Like, nigga, what? Fuck is he talking about? So Iran says it has achieved a great victory and forced the United States to accept its 10-point plan. According to a statement from Iran's Supreme National Security Council report by Iranian state media. As part of the plan, the U.S. has, in principle, agreed to lift all primary and secondary sanctions against Iran and to withdraw U.S. combat forces from all bases in the region, the council said. It has also agreed to accept Iran's nuclear enrichment and recognize its continued control over the Strait of Hormuz. According to the council, controlled passage through the waterway would be carried out in coordination with Iran's armed forces. And this is why he's freaking out, because they basically just called this nigga a hoe. Where it's like, yeah, they beat you. You're going to go down in history books as a loss. This is not going to be a win, even though you try to come up there and say, we've achieved a bunch of military objectives. No, we didn't. We didn't achieve everything. We closed the strait. We got some shit shot down. We killed a bunch of random fucking people, and now their same exact regime is still in charge. Now, if you want to call that a win, just because we killed more civilians than they killed ours, you go right ahead. But nigga, that's a L, dickhead. Fuck. How you mad at CNN for reporting what the fuck happened? And exactly, he's melting down. And that's the thing. CNN, obviously, they're not thinking about this, but it's like, this right here is the type of shit that all of a sudden he's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm about to bomb these niggas. You know what? I'm not losing. I'm not losing. No, fuck that. You know what? Call him back up. Nope, no deal. Fuck that. They saying I lost. I don't like that. I'm gonna kill them. It's like, bro, this is crazy, son. The timeline we living on right now makes no sense. I swear to God. Unbelievable. Israel believes it's too early for a ceasefire. Who gives a fuck what they have to think? We do not care whatsoever. The U.S. expects that it will take some time for orders to get down to lower ranks of IRGC on ceasefire agreement. Fourth preemptive Iranian missiles alert as sirens. Okay, 3. So now they're already saying that Iran is bombing Israel and they need to stop. Where it's like, nigga, what? Oh, saw herself. Stupid bitch. What'd you have to say? And that's the thing. See, my Twitter likes probably look insane. People probably look through my shit. I think it's on private, but they're probably like, he likes what Laura Luma likes? No, I like it so I can go back, screenshot it, and then go talk shit about her on Instagram. Fuck. Hopefully the Iranian regime is obliterated before they obliterate us someday. Stupid bitch. Tricks of the kids, saw. Fuck. I personally prefer bombing and killing terrorists instead of negotiating with them. Well, that means we should probably bomb your house then. I doubt Iran will respect the terms of any deal. And I doubt you'll get any respect ever again in your life. Because you look like an inflamed bimbo bitch. Smackman, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Think about this. Now that there's a ceasefire, he won't have no choice but to explain all those casualties that they tried to cover up. Yeah, no, the next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting. But that's also why I think that most likely, right, Israel's going to start bombing them very shortly. And how shortly that is, I don't know. But I know one thing. The right wing right now is melting the fuck down. And Taco motherfucking Tuesday. As always, Nick Fuentes even fucking just said it. Israeli media calls Trump worthless. We gotta see this. This is gonna be hilarious. 40 days and now we're at a ceasefire already. He right now, Donald Trump is literally having the worst time of his entire life at this current moment. Everyone hates him. Nothing can happen. So, for him, he just doesn't know what to do. Following alerts in Israel, sirens are now sounding in the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Kuwait as well. Okay, so this is what I think right now, right? It's either that Iran is still striking Israel because they're attacking them, or Israel is going to go on the offensive and just start striking a bunch of people and trying to say it is Iran and that they're not going to listen to the ceasefire or the point plan. Trump probably think he's saving it in 5 points. Appreciate that. Wow, I appreciate the super chat. Green Pinto Bean, appreciate the super chat. We are tools, two birds for BB, economically ruined. Not for real. This shit is very embarrassing right now. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like, this is a very crucial moment. Donald Trump must be removed from office for threatening war crimes. Yeah, I mean, he should be removed for just threatening that shit. But, oh shit, they just tweeted, we found the keys to open back up the strait. Them niggas is this crazy, bro. They talking mad shit. And that's the thing. Trump doesn't like when people are just shitting on him because he now looks like a pussy. They said reaching ceasefire orders to lower ranks is going to take some time. So that means a couple more missiles and bombs are going to go off because it's you know, an internet dark right now. He plans to use $15 million for the National Endowment for the Humanities to pay for an arch named after himself in D.C. The man cannot stop grifting. He is an actual wannabe dictator. Like in his world, perfect world, he could just be a dictator. How do you join Haiti University? You can join as a member right here on YouTube. I think they got like special emojis, and then you can see like the little icon next to people's name. It gives you like a different color and shit like that. And then there's always, you could buy some merch if you want to do that. But the other thing I'm working on right now is like getting an actual like an acceptance letter and then a graduation letter. So those could be like sent out, and then you can either get them framed or I could like send them out in the frame. I feel like that could be cool.
Special guest.
And that's what was so funny is that JD was over there trying to call Trump while all this was happening, not knowing that Trump is getting cucked and basically having to accept a deal that he fucking hates on every single level.
Before I started my remarks, I actually had a special guest that asked that I give him a phone call, and we'll see. Let's hope he actually answers. So this is going to be very embarrassing. All right.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Okay. Try one more time. I get a good signal here. It's ringing. It's progress. Hello, Mr. President. How are you?
Hi. Hey, JD, could you give me a second? I'm just...
Ignore that nigga twice and he said, huh. Man, what, son? That nigga, bruh. Put that man on ignore like, man, Cockboy Vance calling me again. What the fuck? What could this nigga possibly want now? So Iran literally gets to have everything now, enrich uranium, control the strait, charge a toll, all sanctions removed, etc. Facts. They got everything. This is going to be so interesting. To put it mildly, bro, Israel right now is freaking the fuck out, son. I think that's the funniest part of all of it. It is like, yo, they are bugging. Where they're like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Like, what happens? Trump's deal with Iran is sounding pretty terrible. They get complete control of the Strait of Hormuz, all sanctions removed, keep their uranium, and keep their missiles. What the hell was the point of the war then? That's my thing. Like, nigga, what was the point of us going over there if nothing fucking happened? Like, yo, we didn't do anything. Nothing has changed. Everything stayed the same. It's like, oh shit. Are you disappointed with the ceasefire? Look at all these people. I am beyond livid right now. But only Zionists are disappointed. Correct. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Israel won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, they will. Iran won't stick to it. Don't worry. Yes, Trump's humiliating retreat. Iran is talking cash shit, bro. That is so funny to me. This was illegal. I mean, bro, this is crazy. Here it is. I told you. This is what they're gonna go for. We can already see it happening live in action right now. They're going to use Iran launching missiles right now at this current time as they're not following the ceasefire. We need to stay in there. You guys can't leave. We need help. You guys need to fire on their ass. It's like, oh, fuck. And so now the right wing is freaking the fuck out because all this time was no new wars. We're going to win this. And so technically we lost. We've given up everything. And this is just going to go in the L in the category. And it's like, oh shit. And now it's going to be back to the Epstein files, baby. That's all we care about now. We back like cooked crack. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, you loser. Go back to whatever hole you crawl out of because you clearly can't read. Nah, nigga. Y'all being told a lie. This is the 10-point plan. What you gonna do about it, gangster? That's the question. VJ, I appreciate the super chat. Can't wait for Iran's new troll video. Yeah, that will definitely be interesting. Regardless if they keep attacking, we can't do nothing. Even though it's a response to them firing missiles a few hours ago, right? Massive explosions. Israel has bulleted to halt fighting in Lebanon as part of 2-week ceasefire deal. Look at this shit, bro. Oh, man. That's why they pissed, too, because they had to stop doing shit. They're like, nah, nigga, you guys are done, too. Fuck that. All fighting stops. We are at a ceasefire. They're calling for his appeasement over unhinged threats. I mean, that saying you're going to destroy an entire civilization is fucking unhinged. So, I mean, that's insane. What if he's gonna try fucking with Greenland now? I mean, he's been saying it. He said he's gonna go for Greenland soon. When is that gonna happen? That's a very, very good question. All in time, I'm guessing. Trump slams CNN World News for posting a fraudulent Iranian statement. I mean, bro, we already went over that. Air raid sirens were affected in the center. Simultaneously, launches were also identified toward the northern region. Call Trump a caveman because that's all he do. This one guy says one. I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Who is Gaz? LJ Fake. Let's go, my brother. What's good, gangster? How you living, my boy? Or Cuba? Yeah, nah. They definitely up next. Cuba, one of them shits. 100%. Go look on super chat, my boy. So now the question is, see, like, who? Let's see what Fat Boy Randy Fine had to say. Told you. But now, if we say the term, we are mocking Islam. You are no longer distinguishable from the people you once called out. You are now complicit in and even excusing the terrorist death cult. Dickhead. VJ, I appreciate the super chat. If Israel attacks, I think Russia and China joins. I mean, hopefully, they said China intervened in some sort of way where he's like, okay, boom, fuck that. Oh, here we go. What Fat Boy say? It's called the art of the deal for a reason. No way does it like President Trump. I told you, they really sitting out here trying to act like that's a win for these niggas, bro. Why? I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Greenland agrees to new bases this past weekend. What, that we could put over there? It is rich. What do you do again? I'm sorry, Randy, but no, it's a massive betrayal. Nothing can ever make up for it. He's losing his base by like the millisecond, where they're freaking the fuck out. Where it's like, this is not what you promised. If you're gonna go over there and do some shit, go do some shit. So now, what's Marco talking about? Congratulations to President Lam and President Minister Lee Min Hoang of Vietnam. We value our comprehensive strategic partnership, built on more than 30 years of cooperation, and look forward to advancing peace, stability, and prosperity together in a free and open Indo-Pacific. Oh yeah, these people are going to be fucking pissed. So let me get this straight. $40 billion spent 300 plus Americans wounded, over a dozen killed, oil prices doubled, U.S. bases fucked. And what do we get? Iran keeps their uranium, no nuclear deal, the Strait of Hormuz is still unstable, and the world sees us as weaker, not stronger. That, not for real though. Like, what are we gonna do? Man, and their statement is so much more crazy than what he tried to put out there. People, this may be a little bit of a shorter stream, obviously, because nothing ended up happening, but also because I gotta make an Instagram video about this motherfucker taking an L. That's for sure, because he's an idiot. Uh-oh, so I'm telling you, what I tell you, they're gonna go off this fucking ceasefire shit.
Apa mau tiga apa semalam apa? Apa mau tiga hotel? Ini. Apa semalam hotel?
לא יכול ליפול פה.
apa לך hotel?
איפה?
תראי כמה.
I mean, bro, this is gonna go down as one of the most massive fuck-ups of, well, I mean, not fuck-ups, like, I'm thankful that he's able to accept this shit, but, like, the most pointless waste of military equipment, lives, and energy of all time, because absolutely nothing changed, and if anything, Iran just got a level up in the world, and now everyone's like, oh shit, you definitely can't fuck with them niggas, and now they have even more ownership over the Strait of Hormuz, and so obviously, his base is absolutely fucking livid in everything that's happening. I wish we could get somebody that... So Iran now owns the Strait of Hormuz, and the U.S. is lifting all sanctions on Iran. Total American defeat. When this dick eater is calling it defeat, you know we're cooked. Like, you know we got cooked. Oh my days. This shit is crazy, bro. Told you. Hasn't even been 2 hours and Iran already violated the ceasefire. Predictable. They're freaking out, y'all. They don't know what to do. Oh, shit, bro. Yo, this is mad funny to me, son. There we go. Lindsey Graham. Lindsey in the closet. What the fuck he about to say? Like, everyone, I hope we can end the reign of terror of the Iran. We must remember it was... Hold on. I need to see... Calls for Libyan model for nuclear enrichment. I hope we can end the reign of terror. This guy's crazy. Was attacked by Iran after the start of the war, destroying freedom of navigation. Going forward, it is imperative Iran is not rewarded for this hostile act against the world. No, bitch. The Strait of Hormuz was open until we started attacking them, you fucking idiot. Because they told you we can control that shit if we really want to. As for an Iranian 10-point proposal to end the war, I look forward to reviewing it at the appropriate time and its submission to Congress for a vote like we did with the Obama JCPOA. So now you want to put things to Congress, but attacking Iran and bombing them and losing American lives, you didn't want to put to Congress. Why don't you just look over the 10-point proposal that he already accepted, dickhead? I want to reaffirm that from my point of view, every ounce of that approximately 900 pounds of highly enriched uranium has to be controlled by the U.S. Why? And removed from Iran to prevent them in the future from having a dirty bomb or returning to the enrichment business. The Libyan model, for lack of a better phrase. Time will tell. Oh, shit. Taco. Strikes again, bro. This is crazy. And of course, they're going to talk about Trump won, Tim Pool, the fucking idiot. Let's see everyone just fucking getting cracked in them. It is important we let the Americans believe the Iranian victory is actually an American one. That's a fact, though. It's almost important for like these right-wing and MAGA idiots to let them think and feel like they won. Because if they feel like they lost, and they feel like this is a defeat, then they're going to tell Trump to go bomb more shit and go risk more American lives, because how could Iran beat the greatest military in the world? And it's like, bro, fuck. Disney Graham? Nah, for real. Maybe I want to, I got to change it to Disney in the closet. As a fact. This one guy, I appreciate the super chat. Our president is taking advice from a nigga that played with magic wands by himself at Disney World. Remember that? Nah, for real. Disney in the closet, Graham. Sean was in there, wanded up by his lonesome, single, no girl, no guy, no kids. It's like, nigga, what are you doing that for? Ibel Bakbar, my boy. I appreciate the super chat, strictly for vibes. Nah, for real. Lindsay is goofy as hell. This is a very logical quote though. That's good. Because that is very true. Because if we feel like we lost and we rub it in the face, like if we rub it in their face and people decide to rub it in Trump's face that he lost and this is bad, it's going to be fucked. Ah, man, I want to see that. It all comes down to what Israel's going to do. They're going to try to sabotage the deal, obviously. But, man, this is going to be crazy. Green Pinto Bean, I appreciate the super chat. PF compromise photos were the first F up we lost. I mean, yeah, that's a fact. 5:30 on this live. Love watching you grow, LJ. Oh, we got 530 people? Let's go, man. Dubs in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in and pulling up. I mean, hey, man. We just getting started. And it's not always going to be news. We're going to be talking about other stuff, too. But I'm just telling you, man. This shit is just beginning. And I appreciate everybody being a part of this shit. Because we the new news, man. This is how we going to do this shit from now on. Okay, this is going to be a very important statement, actually. Let's see what Buddy has to say.
So we just have a tweet now by the Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in which he thanks the Pakistanis for their efforts for peace, and basically he said something very close to what you have asked about. He said that number one, Iran will be ready to stop the defensive action in this war. That means to stop attacks on the other side. If they stop the attacks on Iran, then Iran will be ready for the next 2 weeks to stop also its defensive action in this war. That's one point. The second point, he also said that Iran will be ready to allow passage across through the Strait of Hormuz, basically to open it, but it will be in coordination with Iran. So the passage of ships will be in coordination with Iran. I mean, there is no clarity about what he means exactly. He did not talk about fees or anything. He just talked about broadly about coordination with Iran. For Iran, this is not the end of the war until they see during these 2 weeks how genuine the other side is in terms of accepting the principles and in terms of agreeing on what Iranians think is necessary for them as a condition for ending this war.
Man, this shit getting critical out here. Man, you late? Oh, look at all the W's in the chat, man. Appreciate that, my brother. Look at all y'all, man. Let's go. Basically, what has happened is Trump accepts his 10-point plan. He tries to tweet out that it's a W, but Iranian leaders have tweeted out that it's victory for Iran and that they're actually humiliating all of America, and really they get a bunch of money and we get absolutely nothing in return, and we proved that we are a stronger military than them. And so now all of his base is freaking the fuck out and freaking out because basically Iran made him look like a pussy, and now these next 2 weeks is all up to Israel. So we gonna see what the fuck's going on. Ocho, what's good, my boy? Another Hater University member in the building. Matt Strickland in his joint. Appreciate all the dubs, y'all. And so that's why I keep on just refreshing this shit, because it's like, okay, every couple minutes is gonna be crazy. See, here it goes. Already, United States saying reports claiming it accepted Iran's 10-point plan are false. The U.S. agreed to a 2-week ceasefire and will continue negotiations with Iran in an effort to permanently end the war, even though they already basically said they accepted it. Which is like, bro, what are we talking about? Oh, here we go. They're already trying to flip it into him winning. I just spoke with the president and would like to publicly congratulate him on this. Some of my not-so-smart Democrat colleagues will soon be forced to issue public statements of support when they understand the terms of what the agreement is. To be clear, President Trump has been consistent and precise in his messaging from the beginning. Only weeks ago, Iran was viewed as an existential threat to the U.S. and most of Europe. NATO exposed who they really were. Many people got exposed. Those who try to use this as a sour division or just straight up lie have also outed themselves. To be clear from the beginning, this is about saving American lives. We've lost 12 for no reason. Never had to be there. President Trump has truly accomplished something that no other president could have pulled off. Honestly, they've pulled off the last 30 years of just not going the fuck over there. The IDF is currently attacking in Iran following multiple missile launches from the country. Exactly. I told you, they're not going to waste any time. Israel is going to bomb the fuck out of these people overnight. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. This is all that matters. Nothing else from this tweet matters. Obviously, that we have a ceasefire, but this is the only part that really matters. You received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. In fucking sane. American Special Forces fell directly into a trap set by Iranian. Oh, so this will be. So this was one of the theories. This is one of the theories of what actually happened with this whole Iran extraction, etc. This is 5 minutes, but also well worth the watch, especially while I go take a piss real quick.
Of evidence that has come to light about the recent operation by the American Zionist enemy in Isfahan has exposed a crushing strategic defeat for the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump's frantic threats in the past few days to target Iran's civilian infrastructure, including power plants and bridges, are a direct consequence of the heavy defeat suffered by the U.S. forces in the Isfahan operation. The failed raid was carried out after the enemy conducted extensive aerial reconnaissance operations in the days leading up to the attack, according to the exclusive information. During those initial infiltration and reconnaissance missions, the U.S. and possibly the Zionist regime lost a significant number of aircraft, including at least one A-10 Thunderbolt II and 2 Black Hawk helicopters. The information obtained by Press TV reveals that 0 hour for the failed Isfahan operation was set during a secret meeting at the White House under the direct supervision of the U.S. President himself. It has now become clear that this operation had no connection to the claimed rescue of a downed F-15 fighter pilot, a narrative initially pushed by American officials. Instead, evidence examined and confirmed by Press TV indicates that the real objective was to infiltrate and attack one of Iran's nuclear facilities in Isfahan. The landing site for C-130 transport aircraft, chosen based on previous reconnaissance, was an abandoned airstrip located dangerously close to one of these nuclear sites. The Americans miscalculated, believing that Iran's air defense would be unable to confront the aircraft involved in the operation. However, Press TV learned that the deployment of numerous U.S. aircraft occurred while the Iranian armed forces were in full alert waiting for them. In fact, American special forces fell directly into a trap set by Iranian forces. The Iranian armed forces, including the army, law enforcement, Faraja, the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, IRGC, and local popular forces, initially did not show a serious reaction to the landing of the first C-130, which was carrying dozens of Special Forces commandos. Evidence shows this aircraft veered somewhat off the runway while landing at the abandoned dirt airstrip. Minutes later, a second C-130 aircraft approached, carrying specialized vehicles, several MH-6 Little Bird helicopters, and other support equipment. At that moment, Iranian forces on the scene targeted the second aircraft before it could land, turning its normal landing into an emergency one. 2 Black Hawk helicopters also arrived shortly after. It was at this moment that the aircraft, helicopters, and commandos who had disembarked from the first plane became perfect targets for the Iranian armed forces. After the special forces realized they had fallen into the trap, the White House Situation Room made a critical decision. The main operation to infiltrate the nuclear site was changed into a desperate rescue operation for the dozens of U.S. commandos trapped under Iranian fire. The Americans immediately sent several smaller aircraft to extract their forces, barely managing to gather the individuals and withdraw them from the deadly situation. The rescue operation was conducted so hastily that some soldiers and officers abandoned their equipment, including, according to the evidence possessed by Press TV, the identification document of an American officer left behind in the area to save their lives. After the
I ain't gonna lie, bro. These motherfuckers is getting so elite with these AI videos and how fast they turn these bitches around. But this makes it so much more obvious of what actually fucking happened. And then on top of that, it makes it a lot more sense of why we took these steps after the fact of being like, okay, let's get the fuck out of there. And we're not gonna risk that again because you just told me that stealing enriched uranium was gonna be easy. This shit was not easy, nigga. Well, we almost just fucking died. A lot of us. So we're not going to do that shit ever again. VJ, I appreciate the super chat. There's no doubt in my mind Trump and OPEC market pumped. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, oil is obviously headed in the right direction. They probably made a few $1 million, besides closing in on hundreds of millions of dollars. But at the same time, if Israel supposedly does not sabotage this entire thing, this would be a huge W for all of us. So this is what the Pakistani leader said. With the greatest humility, I am pleased to announce that the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America, along with their allies, have agreed to an immediate ceasefire everywhere, including Lebanon. That's a big W, including Lebanon, because that's basically telling Israel, yeah, you drag this into this shit. You're telling everybody that it's our war. Fuck what you talking about, nigga. This shit is dead. It's over. I'm warmly welcome this strategic gesture, Jesus, and extend deepest gratitude at the leadership of both the countries and invite their delegations to Islamabad on Friday, 10th April 2026, to further negotiate for a conclusive agreement to settle all disputes. Now the question is, does Israel send somebody, and who are we sending? Because if it's Jared Kushner, I don't like that option, that's for sure. Both parties have displayed remarkable wisdom and understanding and have remained constructively engaged in furthering the cause of peace and stability. We earnestly hope that the Islamabad talks succeed in achieving sustainable peace and wish to share more good news in coming days. Will this even survive the night is a very, very big question, to be honest with you. And I don't even know if that's possible. Of course, they're already going to be like, okay, we can't trust Iran. This shit is cooked. We can't believe these guys. So let's see what they say.
And retired 4-star general. So what do you think went down during this deadline?
Well, listen, first of all, I appreciate President Trump and wanting to open the Straits of Hormuz, certainly, and also put together a deal with the Iranians that would give us everything. They would have to surrender everything that we would take away from them using military force. That's the essence of the deal. And the top of that list certainly is they have to give up and let us take away the nuclear enrichment that they absolutely have. And that's got to be in that deal, and it's got to be number one in the deal, because at the beginning of everything here, it was about their nuclear capability. But think about, what did the Iranians want here also? Why did they close the Straits of Hormuz? They closed the Straits of Hormuz simply to put pressure on the administration to stop the war. And we have stopped the war. So let's understand what's at play here from the Iranian perspective and also from our perspective. I don't trust the Iranians at all.
Which is insane, because why would they trust us? We were already in negotiations, and then we went and backdoored and bombed the fuck out of them. So if anything, they should be on the defensive of like, okay, agree to our 10-point deal, and now let's actually see if you don't try to bomb us for 2 fucking weeks, and if you can tell Israel to control themselves and a horny genocidal asses to not bomb Lebanon.
The president doesn't trust them either. He's negotiated with them time and time again. He knows they're liars and cheats. So this comes down to the deal itself and what's in it and the verification for it. The Iranians are experts at obfuscating and delaying deals. And they lie and promise and don't deliver. So there's a lot wrapped up in the deal. My preference would have been to keep the war going as leverage to make that deal. But we are where we are now. And we're in a ceasefire. And it comes down to all the points in making that deal, for sure. And we'll see how that turns out. It looks like the president is getting indications from the Iranians that they're willing to concede on all of those points.
Now, something I want you to pay attention to that you may not be able to see if you're on your phone or TV, but as you can see, that is an Israeli flag. So we know this person is not even America first. As soon as they have that flag with the American flag, it shows me that you have no priorities in the right space of mind, especially when it comes to talking about what the fuck is happening right now. You feel me? This man Trump talk about lie, cheat, steal. He lies about golf. Anybody that lies about golf will lie in real life consistently all the time, especially if they cheat in golf as well. It's like that's the one that you're just supposed to just be honest with.
I don't dispute the fact that people are saying that. Whether they actually do it is another matter, and that's my concern about this. And the president and his team knows who they're dealing with. So we're going to have to hold their feet to the fire, and if this blows up in our face, we have to have the stomach to finish this militarily. And the Iranians are counting on the fact, I think where they're coming from, delay, obfuscate, and that the fact that the Americans have stopped and the straits are open and ships are starting to flow again, that we would not have the stomach to go back and return to military operations.
Well, that's hopefully what actually happens, because why would we want to go back to military operations? There's no point. But now he's going to get so much pressure from all sides of them saying, no, we can't trust them. No, we have to go back. This cannot be a thing. We cannot allow them to do this. And it's like, holy fuck. Like, you guys are such fucking maniacs. All they want is war 24/7. That's it. All they fucking want is war. Makes me sick. Regional official says ceasefire plan allows Iran and Oman to charge fees to ships passing through Strait of Hormuz. Bro, this nigga really about... If they really made money off this, get all their reparations, now they actually completely control the Strait of Hormuz, that's the biggest W of all time for them. That'd be so fucking crazy. Trying to push Iran to seek ceasefire. So basically trying to... I wonder how true that is, but... China seems like they called them up and were like, yo, that's the best deal that you're going to get. You already have him cornered. Take this for now, and then we can come back to it in about fucking two weeks. If he was 25 gallons a gallon nationwide, would make him a man. I don't know what would make people enough to be like, all right, you know what? We're retaliating. Because, I mean, shit, my gas today was $6 a gallon. I was like, oh, my days. Fucking moving mental, bruv. Jesus. All right, so now it's time to... Let's see what Saw... I know Saw is freaking out. So what's she saying? See, another minute ago that she's freaking the fuck out. You can never trust the word of a Muslim. Told you. Negotiating is a negative for our country. We didn't really get anything out of it, and the terrorists in Iran are celebrating. Yeah, no shit, because they won the war, dickhead. Let's see what the Times of Israel has said. This will be very eye-opening. There it is. Times of Israel. Nope, that's not the one I want. Times of Israel ceasefire. Because I know they're freaking the fuck out. So this... Go get out of here. Let me see any of this shit. So I always go to Times of Israel because then they're very honest here with their genocidal statements and also just their reporting of what the fuck they're doing because they like to brag about who they bomb. And as you know, they were the ones that leaked what pilot was missing. Catholics, you gotta watch. What's wrong with Christians? Let's not get into a religious argument in the chat. But I think Red Kool-Aid was just making a joke about how they try to say you can't trust Muslims. It's the same thing as them trying to say you can't trust Christians. Because obviously, if you look in the church of Catholics and Christians, for whatever reason, priests seem to touch kids a lot. And that is just something that seems to happen a lot more than any other particular job in the fucking world. And that goes for them and Judaism. Or it's like, what the fuck is y'all niggas be on? See what the... Wow. So they're not even giving us... Israel continued... Oh, here we go. I told you already. Well, I tell you, Times of Israel is always going to be honest. Israel continuing to strike in Iran despite ceasefire announcement. Security official tells Tel Aviv. This is at 3:50 a.m. Despite the announcement of a ceasefire, the Israeli Air Force continues to carry out strikes in Iran. Iran, meanwhile, has fired several salvos of ballistic missiles at Israel since the ceasefire was reportedly to take effect. Additionally, while Pakistan's prime minister said the ceasefire would also include Lebanon, there's no indication yet that Israel has halted its operation against Hezbollah as of yet. These guys are fucking genocidal maniacs. Like, nigga, what? Who does that? I'll be able to get back to this in a second. What? Oh my god. That like, bro. What I tell you? They made that announcement at 3:50 in the morning, their time. Somebody wrote this article up just to say, no, we're not gonna stop bombing these niggas. We really don't give a fuck. And they gonna tell us you can't trust Muslims, you can't trust this. No, you can't trust the IDF and you can't trust Israel, because what the fuck is that? Now, what does she say?
Off. And we have what's being called a double-sided ceasefire. A live report from the region in moments. Now, I want to tell you how we were scheduled to start the show. I spent all afternoon writing the script. Started like this. Tick-tock. T-minus 59 minutes, 30 seconds. Until Donald Trump's 8 p.m. deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But just moments ago, Donald Trump posted this. And it's the entire Truth Social post where essentially he says, based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran. And it continues to go on. And I just got off the phone with President Trump. And I will say this, we'll read the whole post later. I literally just had to rewrite the whole show. He was extremely serious in my conversation with him just now. And he was also cautiously, but seriously optimistic. He told me that the negotiations are and were incredibly complex. He does not want them jeopardized. There still needs to be an announced agreement. And of course, we all know in this part of the world, anything can happen. But it sure looks like.
Optimistic. Yeah, okay. Until the IDF just says, fuck you. Now attacking inside Iran in response to the Iranian. I told you, I knew, bro, they weren't even going to be able to spend 15 fucking minutes. Trump is now bragging about agreeing to the Iran's 10-point plan. I mean, this shit is crazy, bro. Are we saying over here in the comments? Get you through your mail route? I appreciate that. I got a pull. 8 hours ahead. Everybody got a little Stein in them. What was that, niggas? What the fuck does that mean? Till the market opens tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't even think it's going to last that long. Israel has bombed these niggas already. Imagine trying to bring a religion into a war of profit. Hey, bro, shit's crazy, isn't it? It's very interesting that we... Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's 11 hours ago. It's interesting
the
how...
The deadline is off.
It's interesting how silent Israel is right now. If he's in there, told you, there it is. Fuck yes. The Israeli Air Force has now begun a wave of attacks on Iran. These people are sick. And I told you, incoming missiles reported in Tel Aviv. Immediately, they were going to try to break this shit and be like, oh no, this doesn't count. Nope, we need to attack. This is sick.
Yeah, we just saw multiple incoming. One of them screamed over our... And that would be either the detonation of an interceptor missile or a successful interception of an Iranian missile. We saw one of those with the secondary boosters, and they're really terrifying because they're firing the propellant of the missile itself, trying to scream faster, more than 1,000 miles an hour as it's re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. It'll fire that secondary booster, try and evade the interceptor missiles and hit a target on the ground. That one, as it was firing its secondary booster, we saw 2 interceptors tracing for it, and then it went out over the Mediterranean, over the water there. So it missed, and that's obviously a good sign. We have some deep rumbles from a couple other explosions here. I've just got from the IDF. I was able to text just now. I'm curious because we had about 20 minutes ago had alerts in the south and had been told that that was potentially from the Houthis in Yemen, that missile in southern Israel was not from Iran. This latest attack on Tel Aviv in central Israel, I'm told by the IDF, was in fact fired by Iran.
Of course. Of course. Every single missile that they hear now is all going to be fired by Iran. These people are such genocidal, sick maniacs.
And the biggest questions here we have is the reaction from the Israeli side, Jerusalem, how they will interpret a ceasefire, because they were not there, as far as we know. They did not have any kind of direct contact with the Pakistani negotiating team that was doing the intermediary for negotiating with the Iranians and the U.S. Is the Israeli side, are they fully party to the ceasefire? The Iranians have been hitting really hard that they would only accept a deal if the deal included a cessation of the war in Lebanon.
Yes, because they care about more countries than just themselves. That proves to me they're not selfish little fucks. Laserface, I appreciate that, man. R.I.P. to your grandpa. But hey, man, this is the real news, baby. You know what I'm saying? We ain't knew this, we true this. And we early. We gonna find shit right when it hits the fucking net. And then CNN, Fox News, these niggas be panicking. They be trying to send the right message and shit. What's going on right now on the ground? And as we can see, Tel Aviv is already attacking the fuck out of Iran and will probably do that the entire night. Now, what will that mean? Hopefully, it means that Trump is like, all right, fuck you. You ain't want to abide by the ceasefire. You are now on your own to fight against all of West Asia. Lebanon, Yemen, Iran. Good luck. See you never. But that won't happen because obviously we know he's compromised by the files.
Against what they call the resistance, we would call the terror group Hezbollah. The Iranians saying that they would only agree to a deal if that was included. The Israelis are entrenched with tens of thousands of soldiers right now in southern Lebanon, engaged in a ground battle with Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. So I'm really curious to see, as it's Passover, it's 3:30 in the morning here. We're not getting official reaction from our sources in Jerusalem. Everybody's asleep, although probably everybody's awake now with that latest alarm. So maybe
everyone is not asleep. As we saw, we already have confirmation on the news by Times of Israel that they are attacking.
They will check their phones and get back to us. But right now, I just don't know if Israel is fully party to this ceasefire, as we have some additional attacks coming in southern Israel now from what appears to be another ballistic missile. And the question will be just the same as what I outlined a moment ago. Is this the Houthis in Yemen who decided to fire a couple off today, or once again, is this Iran?
Zach, we appreciate the update. I'm just following along right now. Nothing new from Donald Trump on Truth Social, although the Iran foreign minister...
You see how crazy this is, that everyone has to follow on Twitter and Truth Social to figure out what's going on in the world. It's no longer like a normal line of communication. Motherfuckers just start tweeting, and that's how the world changes.
Did put out a statement, and this is the first time we've seen an official statement from Iran since the war began. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but if the attacks against Iran are halted for a 2-week period, safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz will be possible via coordination with Iran's armed forces. And it seems like this ceasefire is on, although perhaps not. We will continue to keep an eye on the situation in Tel Aviv. Again, it's after 3 in the morning there. Stay safe. Zach Anders, thank you for that update. That message that you're hearing, by the way, we can take me back on full screen, Zach. Thank you. That message that you're hearing, that is the update that comes through Zach Anders' cell phone when he's being warned to everyone. It's a mass text that goes out, and it's basically alerting you to go into a bunker and find safety. So we've heard that sound before.
Yeah, they don't get those in Iran, and they don't get those in Palestine or Gaza either. They got leaflets dropped from the air and told to move in an hour, and then they drop the bombs on them. Follow Trump tracker. Hey Josh, I see. Hey man, I'll be reading the comments, my brother. You do not have to spam, big dog. There's a few bots in this chat, VJ. You think so? I mean, maybe. Who knows? That'd be fine. That means that we moving, grooving, vibing, sliding up the tracks. You feel me? So now, let's take a look. What we got? Honestly, who wants to be? Do any of you guys want to be moderators? I think I could do that on here too. Let me know. Some of y'all is in the chat. But Josh, you may not be a bot, but as you see, everybody else in here has been very respectful with all their messages. Everybody's saying what's message. Sometimes I'm able to read it, sometimes I'm not. You sent 16 in a row, my nigga. I get it. You want me to follow the Trump tracker? I can read. God damn. This nigga freaking out. And now I'm just gonna make you wait on the Trump tracker a little bit long because you wildin'.
Mike, what are we seeing there?
Well, Jesse, as anticipated, the sirens are now wailing over Tel Aviv, indicating that another missile is inbound. And it looks like those bright lights in the sky are the missiles. And it looks like you can see an interceptor that is in hot pursuit of the missiles. And it's always quite dramatic when you see those interceptors going after it. And these ones might disappear behind our building here, and we're going to lose sight of them. But they're still quite lethal and coming into Tel Aviv. And I didn't see an interception in this case. Should be able to hear it in a second or so. And it's still quite lethal when there's an interception. Most of what we see out here are those cluster bombs in recent days. But when you get a conventional warhead with that powerful explosive, obviously you hope that the interceptors can get it. And the interceptors are about 90% effective, but that means 10% get through. And those conventional warheads we've seen are quite powerful. They leave great craters in the ground. Still waiting to hear the impact on this one, which should come any second. But we saw 2 lights in the sky. There. And there was another flash off in the distance here. So there was quite a big explosion. So that sounded like more of a conventional warhead that got through. I can't really tell you if that was an impact or an interception because we lost sight of that one, Jesse.
I just added a bunch of y'all as mods. But see, you can't, right? You can't expect all of Iran to just immediately know a ceasefire has been reached if they're in an entire internet blackout. And so obviously Israel is going to use that to their advantage. Here we go. Let's see what Disney in the Closet Graham had to say about this one. It's like, where LJ, I need some clarity. I got you, Havoc Bite. 100%. Yeah, everybody that was basically like a part of the Haiti University thing, I put y'all as moderators. Well, at least like different people that's on there. How many interceptors do they have? I don't know. Disney in the Closet Graham, let's see what he said. As I stated before, I prefer diplomacy if it leads to the right outcome regarding the Iranian terrorist regime. I appreciate the hard work of all involved in trying to find a diplomatic solution. At this early stage, I'm extremely cautious regarding what is fact versus fiction or misrepresentation. Misrepresentation. Goodness. That's why a congressional review process like the one the Senate followed to test the Obama-Iranian deal is a sound way forward. Fair and challenging questions with a full opportunity to explain and a healthy dose of sunlight is generally the right formula to understand any matter. Simply put, kick the tires. Oh, all of a sudden, my boy can make diplomatic solutions. Free Palestine. That's what I'm talking about. You on the TV at work, stay dangerous. You real as fuck for that, my boy. I appreciate that, gangster. Don't block you, Red Kool-Aid. Come on, man. Of course I'm not going to block you, gang. Have to chat as Maz now? No. Yeah. By the way, Maz, don't ever block nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unless I say so. The one rule is if people just start spamming crazy. Chris, welcome to Haiti University, my boy. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Come on, gangster. Gemini, what's going on, girl? How you living today? But yeah, it's only for spam and stuff. No, don't block anybody, because I like having one of the biggest things I really like is to have, hopefully, people in this chat that may not have the exact same, you feel me, viewpoint I have. Because that causes good conversation. And for us to, you feel me, talk about shit. Urgent. Embassy on the White House. Trump succeeded with our strong army in pushing Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. So they want to call the Strait of Hormuz opening up their win, which is crazy, but I don't know. Shout out to the new Maz. Remember your boy Red. Red Kool-Aid, I appreciate the super chat. And yeah, see, like Red, he be having some very interesting perspective / different comments that maybe doesn't always align with what I believe in, but I like seeing what he has to say. Josh, I appreciate you not spamming anymore. Big dog, real one. Ryan, what's going on, brother? Can't be a hater and block haters. That's what I'm saying. That's a fact. That's what I mean. Wow, I don't block anybody, regardless if they hating on me, talking shit, comments and shit like that. You feel me? That's the only time you can ever, you know what I mean? There's nothing to block about. It's okay. This is the world. Not everybody gonna like you, and I'm fine with that. But now if people saying, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Now that's like, nah, nigga, you're tripping. Say he wanted to marry bimbo OnlyFans model. Okay, we can save that in a second. Truth is that Trump and powerful military got Iran to agree. So the White House is just saying that we won this. This was okay. Now this was a very crazy thing that happened, right? And a lot of stuff went down in Turkey that no one's talking about because of everything that's happened in World War III. And so there was this shooter that went and attacked the embassy, right? They're saying 3 attackers killed and 2 police wounded. I have silence right now just so you can't hear like all the gun shit. But so this is the shooter right here, right? And so he's going back and forth. They ended up shooting him in the leg. But then come to find out, he's an Afghan that's attached to Mossad. So basically, Israel sent him into Turkey to spice shit up, move, groove, vibe, slide, margin for error, you guessed it, death, and then to spark some sort of revolution in Turkey, which is exactly what Israel does. And it's basically a false flag because they take it out at the Israeli consulate. And that's a very good question. Why is there an Israeli consulate in Istanbul? Who knows? Calling me shocked? Not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Is Mossad work? 1,000%. Bro, it's not just Turkey, bro. 100%. Fires in Argentina. They try to make that deal over there in Kenya. I mean, they're trying to spread all over the place. Defense Secretary misleading the president. That wouldn't be surprised because he's occupied in making this a religious war. The war is apparently ending with Iran controlling the Strait of Hormuz and with U.S. sanctions on Iranian oil lifted. If this is the new normal, we'll have to spend vast amounts of blood, treasure, and standing to leave the Iranian regime poised to be strategically stronger in greater ways. Well, that is very true. They're going to be, if this is actually like the final like say of everything, they're going to be way stronger than they used to be because now they're actually getting paid. right? Why can't they just cool the fuck out, Dreaded? They always be bugging out, son. Disney in the closet Graham, that's a good one. I forgot who said Disney Graham in there, but I like changing Lindsay in the closet to Disney in the closet. That really cooks. They did in Iraq, well, I suspect them. He wants to launch a criminal investigation. It's so funny. Well, appreciate the super chat, Jance. Will the ceasefire end before the 2 weeks are up? 100%. It will probably end by tonight. Israel's going to bomb the fuck out of them. All while we're sleeping, and it ends up being their day tomorrow, they're going to start bombing them, and they're most likely going to do moves in Lebanon, and they're just going to be a whole bunch of, well, they attacked us first. We didn't hear about the ceasefire. That didn't have anything to do with us, so we had to kill them. Their usual go-to. You know, the norm for Israel. Play victim and then just go try to kill people. This is bothering me though, because what's going on? How are scientists just fucking dying? You know? The clean break memo? Nah, Bajorn, give me hip. Yup, 48 hours. That's what I'm talking about, Xavier. 100%. The minute it was agreed on, that's what I'm saying. Say so. Here we go. Another tie to American space program has now joined the growing list of deaths. He was July 30th, 2023. Cause of death was never made public and no record of the autopsy performed could be found. That's weird, bro. What is going on in the space realm that this shit is happening? For sure, if ceasefire ain't lasting one full day, I completely agree, Rachel. Especially with all these people talking about Israel's getting hit, Israel's this. They're just trying their hardest to make it seem like Iran is breaking the ceasefire. Because why not? What's good, my boy? As we're orbiting around the moon. That's his thing. You know what, people? I'm going to be very honest real quick. I look at this. That looks cool and whatnot. But I promise you, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. You orbited around the moon. Whoa. You want to send people back there for what? We can't get shit figured out here. Motherfuckers was dying all the time. We're in war 24/7. World War III basically right now. And we're going to the moon for what? Like for what? And we need to get to Mars next. Nigga, why? There's a reason that this is the only planet, and it's so perfect, according to you guys, that we don't need nothing else. That is perfectly from the sun and the distance. And that this is a perfect world. And so what the fuck are we doing in space? We haven't even explored 99% of the ocean. We've explored around 3 to 5%. So for me, I just look at this as wasted money. Until you studying, you're going to be able to travel light years. What the fuck is traveling around the galaxy going to do for me? Not even the galaxy. That's not even, I'm sorry. I went way too far. The solar system. What is traveling around the fucking solar system going to do for me? Nothing, nigga. I don't give a fuck. And I see you spending billions of dollars on it. For what? Woohoo. You saw the dark side of the moon. That did absolutely nothing for fucking anybody. And then you're going to come back, we're going to be, oh my God, look at you. That's the farthest we've ever traveled. Nobody cares, my nigga, because it doesn't mean anything. Because guess what? Life is galaxies away. The solar system means nothing. If we have to go to Mars, that means we fucked up so bad here that was our only option. Nigga, I'd rather just huddle up and be like, okay. Let's figure out how to save the Earth. Nigga, I don't want to go to Mars. Have you seen that planet? No water, no animals, ice, red. Nothing going on. You have to be in spacesuits. That sounds fucking terrible. And I'm supposed to be excited about the dark side of the moon? I'm not, nigga. I'm not at all. You're orbiting it. Great. Good for fucking y'all. The moon. I don't give a fuck. crazy for that shit. Sorry. Sounds like wasted fucking money. My bad, y'all. I had to go on that rant real quick. But as you can see, that's what my stand-up sets would be like. This is the type of shit I be talking about. Because, I mean, what the fuck? What is that? God put all his rough drafts in the ocean? That's hilarious. That's actually funny as fuck. His rough drafts in the ocean. I'm definitely going to steal that, King PZ. I appreciate that, bro. Saturn drip would definitely be ass, bro. You, like, them rings would look cool until you figure out that you can't get out of them because it's fucking rocks and shit. Like, that shit is ass, nigga. Your spacesuit would be fire clownly. Hey, I believe you, bro. You could have the drippiest spacesuit in the game, but fuck that. You know? I don't care. Here it is. Look at this. Mossad commentary. This is all I need to see. These fucking cucks. Israel continues strikes in Iran despite ceasefire announcements. Fucking losers. Iran has launched multiple ballistic missiles. Of course, I mean, bro, how are they just supposed to know? No indication Israel has halted operations against Hezbollah terrorists, despite claims the deal would include Lebanon. These guys are the worst. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. Witkoff, Kushner, this is the worst people in the world to attend this meeting. I do not want them there. Why can't we, like... See, this is something I think that should be interesting, is when we're having a big conversation like this, we should go to national vote. Hey, we're about to go have talks with Iran. As a nation, we know shit's kind of fucked up right now. Out of the administration and the people involved in government, and it should just be celebrities in general, who do you think should go have a conversation with Iran to make sure everything is secure? Now, obviously, if we pick a fucking egregious person, even then, maybe you just send a couple people with them. But that's what the American people want us to represent. But just sending rat boy, occupied fucking Kushner, Jared Israel Kushner, and Steve Cuckoff, and then Cuckboy Vance. No, I don't want rat boy. This is the fucking rat pack, the weasel pack. You cannot trust these fuckers. No way. They'll ruin everything that we were trying to talk about. Yep, and still nothing from Netanyahu, which is very eye-opening to me. But maybe, that's why he announced this at 8 p.m. because he's like, all right, at least those fuckers over there are going to be asleep, so for a little while I can just have some peace and quiet. But they're going to freak the fuck out. Yo, look how the right-wing people try to pitch it. This is what's so funny to me, because I like to see what their arguments are, because then I can go boop, counter them when I make videos, right? So they say, foreign minister confirms Iran is completely folded to President Trump, announcing that full passage through the Strait of Hormuz will now be allowed for the next 2 weeks under the new ceasefire. Which is not true. We read in the big-ass fucking actual statement what's really happening. They're getting paid. That's why they're opening up. Go ahead. Open that bitch back up. We getting $2 million a boat, nigga. Go ahead. We can send 100 boats. We 200 M's up in one day, nigga. What? They got him, man. I'm telling you, bro. Now they gonna wake up the fuck. Nah, they definitely 100%. I know they went straight to. They did the ceasefire. They did the ceasefire. What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? Look at these idiots. He went from hero to zero. Nah, bitch, you're the zero. That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait. This is gonna be my first ever good Trump post, maybe in history. I'm gonna be like, good shit, my boy. Obviously, I'm gonna start hating on him soon, but. Nope. I'm going to praise that nigga at least for a little bit. 15 to 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying? So the algorithm gets, caught on, and then you're going to start hating and be like, yeah, bitch, that's because you lost. But, you got to get the people in. UAE also got hit. They took gang TikTok. They didn't take it again, did they? Hold on. I got it back for a little while. I'd be so mad if they took it again. No, we still got it. We still got it. We're good. But it's pissed me off because I was at 400K and now I'm not. Lost thousands of followers when I was banned. I was pissed. Actually heated. 200 ships equals 400 mil. Facts. That's what I'm saying, bro. Mad bread. A new Tiger King distraction would be lit. That's fucking hilarious, VJ. Oh, you for real? I thought you were joking. I'm gonna check them out then. What are we looking at? Before I missed some of the chat. Knowledge. Authorities in Abu Dhabi are dealing with a fire at the has-been and gas. Let's see what Al Jazeera is talking about. Egypt welcomes U.S.-Iran ceasefire. Good news for that. Considering in-person talks but not been finalized. Seen the robot as scary and real as fuck. Out of left field. How about Kanye making 33 mil in 2 shows? 100%. That's probably what we're going to get into now is them trying to cancel Kanye because that shit really pisses me off. Because, for what? It's unbelievable. Like, why are you trying to cancel this man just because he's been cooking? I'm glad Trump backed off. Top U.S. Democrat says. Not for real, though. I am, too. Because if he did back off, shit was really about to hit the fan. We was about to commit genocide. Ceasefire. Nah, there's mad people that want him removed for that destroyed civilization comment. Because that shit was kind of crazy. Man, I need to see what they're going to do with AI BB the Bomber. That shit's going to be crazy. They let me comment that BB got smoked. Yeah, you definitely got to say very certain things. Lawrence Johnson comedy, this you. That's my YouTube, yeah. The one that you just added, DJ Evolution. Motherfucker really thought Trump wasn't going to drop that shit is crazy. Kind of prove you could say anything about any group of people and get the platform except for exactly, bro. You watched Paradise, by the way, shit was gas. I'm telling you, that shit is elite. And everybody, if you haven't watched Paradise, go watch that shit. That shit is 10 out of motherfucking 10. Yeah, I'm definitely too young to remember Mike Tyson's interview, but I've seen it though. Right at the end, praise be to Allah. Shit was so hard. But look what they trying to do to Kanye, man. They trying to ban my boy. They banned him from wireless, gang. How you gonna ban a nigga that's doing that? Like, look how, like, come on, bro. Then you got the Keir Starmer. Kanye should have never been invited to headline wireless. This government stands firmly with the community, and we will stop it in our fight to confront and defeat the poison of anti-Semitism. It's like, bro, you supporting genocide with Israel, and all of a sudden you care about Kanye West and what he has to say? This shit is insane. Because this was the best fact that he made out of the whole entire shit. Shit is crazy, bro. We will not let you do anything. We will not let you platform. You can't get no money if you don't follow by our fucking rules. It's like, what, nigga? Like, so we can say fuck niggas, fuck this, that, and the third, but as soon as you say something else on the other side, you get cooked. I've been following the conversation around wireless and want to address it directly. My only goal is to come to London and present a show of change, bringing unity, peace, and love through music. I'll be grateful for the opportunity to meet with members of the Jewish community in the UK in person, to listen. I know words aren't enough. I'll have to show change through my actions. If you're open, I'm here. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Only group that you have to go meet with personally and apologize if you ever want to do live shows again. Like, nigga, what type of universe is that, bro? Like, nigga, what? No, it definitely was malfeasant, Jeff. But that was his whole point. Is he wanted to prove you could say the N-word or you could say other derogatory terms, but as soon as you mention Hitler in a song, you can blank that out. Apple Music blanks that out. And Spotify blanks that out. Mentioning a name. But if you do it, other people's names, there's no problem. Morgan Wallen said the N-word in a derogatory ass statement. Motherfucker wasn't canceled for 24 hours. He game deals. It's just very eye-opening. And you see what they tried to do to him, ruin his entire life. And you see what they did to Michael Jackson. He tried to make a song about free Palestine. What'd they do? No, you can't do that. Not allowed. We're not allowed in that. We won't. Not gonna happen. And then next thing you know, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my own publishing. I'm gonna own all this shit. Then what happens? Oh, well, Michael Jackson sleeps with kids. I mean, nigga, what? There it is. Israeli military official says they're going to still attack Iran. Told y'all we was that early. What I tell y'all? You go check Times of Israel because they will be honest. And now everyone's starting to report on it. The AP News reports on it. We knew about this shit 30 minutes ago. Bricks News just reported on it. Now you trying to make a Jesus Walks out of that hit song, Stop It, Lawrence? I mean, Jesus Walks was elite. Left out of all conversation, which is great. That's the other reason I also think he's dead. Because we were able to do this ceasefire without Israel being involved whatsoever. And if Bibi Netanyahu was actually alive, there's just no way that shit would have went down, bro. They're not letting that happen. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's actually real from now. You never know. But I mean, it seems like there's people that are happy. At this time, numerous firefighters are currently battling a fire at the iconic Magic Castle. What the fuck? I can see that shit from my house, I think. That's not good. Without a statement, no way. That's what I'm saying. Right on Lockley. Lego vid. We'll look at the. Should we look at a new Lego video? All right. Let's see what they dropped. Hold on, I don't see one. That's from the. Okay, here we go. Is this the newest one?
We're left with no choice but action. The countdown has begun. We will prevail.
Generals, the time has come. Mobilize all forces. Air forces are ready, sir. Good. Arm the missiles and deploy the fleet. Understood. Launch codes are being transmitted. We strike soon.
This is a formal 48-hour ultimatum. Comply with the demands or face decisive action. Will result in severe consequences.
The ultimatum is set. World leaders have 48 hours. The countdown continues. Evacuations are beginning. Global panic intensifies as the deadline looms.
Said, nah, not this one. But I say, because this doesn't seem like Iran's shit. That's not that shit.
God is good. He's alive. Go get our boy. One American behind enemy lines. Wounded. Surrounded.
we bring him home.
Viper 1-2, hang in there. We're coming. Coming in danger close. Keep your heads down.
Colonel, let's go home.
Package secure, heading.
Hey man, these niggas moving way too fast with these Lego videos. I don't know who's doing these ones anymore. I know that one for sure is from Iran. But niggas is wildin'. More outrageous conduct from CNN. Fake news is bad enough for the country, but pushing out a hoax headline in such a sensitive national security moment as this requires accountability. Iran put out an official statement that simply cannot be squared with the one CNN. Oh my God. They're really trying to end CNN. These motherfuckers is unbelievable. Like, bro. Well, people, the next 24 hours is going to be very, very interesting, bro. I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Hater News Network and the Hater University Lawrence Johnson motherfucking show, man. Y'all real as hell. And I mean, hey, you know what? It's a good thing we're not in World War III. Taco Trump did what he usually does. Backed off. 2 week. Let me step back. Hold on. Ceasefire. 10-point plan, which basically claims Iran's victory. Now, Israel has said fuck that, and it seems like they're going to attack them through the night. We'll see if that actually stays true. And then we'll be back tomorrow with how long does the ceasefire actually last? Because I can't imagine it for being too long. So most likely, yeah, I'm going to see y'all bright and early. Well, not bright and early tomorrow, but 5 o'clock or around 4:30 tomorrow, we going to run this shit back. And as always, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? Why I can't be notified when this starts? I don't know, the girl. But I'm telling you right now, tomorrow 5, I'll try to put out like a earlier, YouTube thumbnail or some shit like that earlier on so more people know. But obviously you guys can watch it back, listen back, and you guys can see the chat and see everything that we cover. But hey man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all know y'all real as fuck. And you know what time that means. You feel me? And I appreciate all the mods joining, and I appreciate people that joined in the Hater University community and the super chats from today. Y'all real as fuck, man. As always, we got motion like the ocean. We ain't new this. We true this. We're going to keep on moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. And with that being said, come on, son. You know what that means. Run the motherfucking outro, gang.
For a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond. Plus.
You just gotta keep living, man. L-I-V-I-N.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, You could miss it.